Well, good morning, everybody. Again, this morning's overview with the flight, we saw that the flow continues to advance. It advanced about 275 yards since yesterday, so there might be a bit of a slowdown. What that slowdown is attributed to, it's too early to say. As I mentioned, there is some microtopography out there in the general area that includes, small depressions to what HVO describes as tumuli or tumuli, which is inflation or mounds from old flow that could affect the forward advancement as well as the directional flow of the lava itself. So we're watching it very closely based on those micro topography issues out there. But it is, for the most part, hugging the path of steepest descent, so the blue line, still on the same line that has been up until now. And again, we'll be watching it very closely going forward. Distances as of today, it's approximately a mile from the highway intersection, making it under a mile to the back of the marketplace complex. So we've been meeting with the merchants again. We met with them last night. Again, some of them were here this morning for our briefing with the agencies. And these are the big merchants. So we had Ace and Malama Market here, the two that are closest to the flow path or the steepest line of descent, and we have some of the larger, more complex issues as it goes forward. I think everyone's aware that yesterday, Malama Market, their corporate office made a decision to suspend operations as of Thursday, so they're in the process of moving in that direction, and will be vacating their store and trying to both sell off as well as decrease their inventory by redistribution. So working closely with the vendors and operators there. It is still very early, but knowing that they need time to decrease their footprint on the ground there and save as much as they can, some of the bigger stores will be initiating some action sooner than others. Smoke conditions as far as that this morning was pretty moderate, mild to moderate. Wind coming out of the northeast, so blowing the smoke kind of in a south direction, so typical trades. Not too much burning other than what's on the edge of the flow, and it's still very wet out there, so no brush fire threat. And that's pretty much it for now as far as our overflight, what we saw. We're going to be doing another overflight this afternoon. Going forward, it's likely that we're going to be doing 2 overflights per day. One of the challenges we have right now is fire does have an ongoing mission with that search and recovery operation in West Hawaii. So they're going to try to support us as best they can with the availability of the aircraft. Tomorrow, we will be moving forward with the access to the transfer station. That's to provide for the public's access to see the impact and lava flow that came down in the transfer station in Alpha Street area. So that will start at 8 o'clock in the morning. Again, looking for the cooperation of everyone, the public, that the cars would be allowed in at 8 o'clock, and then we would be closing it at 6, so the last car needs to be out by 6 o'clock p.m. Part of the reason for that, it's very dark up there. At night, it would be very difficult to see anything, as well as it would add to some of the safety concerns. So we're trying to provide for as much safe viewing as possible and manage it. We will have parking along the up Baugh Street on the right side going up. This will be diagonal parking to try and maximize the number of stalls and provide as much opportunity as possible. We have buses that will be going in and allowed to drop off the tours or passengers at the transfer station, and then the buses will be asked to stage at a parking area at the bottom of Baugh Street so that traffic can continue to flow. And we will see how it goes and adjust accordingly. But for now, we're looking forward to having an open public access and safe venue for the public to come and see what has happened up at the transfer station. So with that, I'll open up to questions if you have any for me.
Daryl, it's Colin Stewart again. I just wondered, in light of the announcement that the Malama Market will be shutting down, have you received in the last day or two any kind of communications from people living below the lava line, expressing concern about where they're going to get their food, and have there been any recent developments in finding ways to provide people with food?
Well, right now, as long as the roadways are accessible, the alternate arrangements or accommodations for groceries and commodities would be the closest would be at Kiao. I mean, there's still other stores and vendors and merchants within the Pohoa community. You have Island Natural, 7-Eleven, a number of different operators that can provide for some of the grocery needs. And then obviously in the neighboring communities heading back towards Kiao, you have in Orchid Land another 7-Eleven, and then in Kiao you also have shopping there. It was a little bit of a surprise last night for us, at least, hearing the announcement made to close down the operation. But we understand that corporate is based on the current flow rates and location and trying to protect what assets they can. So we'll just have to wait and see. But I have not received calls or inquiries about people having difficulty accessing groceries or needs. And I think part of that is due to the fact that since tracking the flow from August, we've been trying to, inform people of the possible scenarios that could play out, which this is one of them, and how it could affect, normal day-to-day life activities such as shopping and getting groceries. So I think people have prepared for this and have identified alternate means of getting their needs.